Welcome to the LECOM Health Challenge Pro Golf Preview Show. I'm Kevin Sylvester, and I'm standing on the 18th green at the famed Peak and Peak Upper Golf Course, home of the Web.com Tour event last year that saw Rick Lamb win the championship. And right over there, made an unbelievable shot. It was an unbelievable week for Rick Lamb. Monday qualifier just to get into the tournament. He played lights out, shooting 19 under to make a four-man playoff. And then, just over in that spot there, he did something incredible to win.
Go, Mom. Go! Do it, baby!
A chip in on the first playoff hole to beat now PGA Tour pros Dominic Mazzelli and C.T. Pan. That capped off a final round 63, the course record at Peak and Peak. Not too bad for his third career start on the Web.com Tour.
It really changed the trajectory of my summer last year and gave me a chance to get a card on the PGA Tour this year. So obviously it's a pretty big milestone in my career. The course is unbelievable. The hotel there was great. We got to go zip lining, putt-putt. There's a lot of stuff to do. Beautiful area. So it was a good week.
It was a great week. Aside from the fantastic finish by Rick Lamb in the playoff, over 20,000 spectators came out to witness the tournament and see the great finish. And Director of Operations John Coolbaugh and his staff received special recognition from the PGA Tour, and he knows they hit the mark.
There were 5 other new Web.com Tour events in 2016, so we were the best of the 6 new Web.com tours as recognized by the PGA Tour. So it was a tremendous honor for us. We put a lot of hard work into this event. When you're experiencing the tournament, you get up close and personal with these guys. They're very much more interactive with the crowd, and it makes for, in my opinion, if you're a real golf fan, it makes for a tremendous experience. And you know, besides coming as a regular spectator, we do have volunteer opportunities as well. We recruit several hundred volunteers that help behind the scenes putting the tournament together. They assist with scoring and marshaling, admissions, you name it. So we couldn't produce the tournament without them, and we still have opportunities particularly for marshals and for standard bearers that are still available. Standard bearers are the young people that walk inside the ropes carrying the scores for the players in that group.
Now, this is year 2 of the LECOM Health Challenge and the Web.com Tour. What's the response been as a Director of Operations? I'm sure it has not been tough getting players to commit for this year.
True, yes. Yeah, we'll have a very strong field. We'll know 100% of the field by the week before the tournament, but all the top players that you see competing week to week on the Web.com Tour will be here, and the ones that are playing on the Web.com Tour that also competed last year on the Web.com Tour are really looking forward to come back. They had a terrific experience here with the upper course. You know, it was just a great first year, and to think about Rick Lamb, who came as a Monday qualifier and a low Monday qualifier shooting a 63, working his way from that into a 4-man playoff and eventually the victory here. Again, it's going to be hard for us to top that in 2017, but I don't know, 5 or 6-man playoff maybe is not completely out of the question.
Along with the stars of the Web.com Tour, the golf course will be a star July 6th through the 9th. During competition, we had a chance to look at some holes of note with Director of Golf Dwayne Randall.
The great thing about the layout of the golf course is I would say there's 6 very scoreable holes. There are 6 quite difficult holes, and then there's some in-between holes. So you're going to see everything from, you know, people could have 4 bogeys, 7 birdies in a round of golf. It's a good challenge. There's some very difficult, very easy, so it's a really nice blend.
We are on the 12th hole. This is a great place to see some birdies, isn't it?
Oh, without question. You know, it just goes to show how long they hit it, too. This is a 335-yard par 4. It's risk-reward. It is drivable for most of the players. Some of the long hitters actually were able to hit 3-wood on this green. So it's great. You know, it's an opportunity to see a lot of birdies and possibly eagles.
Dwayne, let's talk about a stern test for the pros, the Web.com Tour, the 6th hole, the par 4.
I would say it tops the list of the stern tests. We do have some difficult holes, but without question, this is the one that is above and beyond the rest. In fact, the teeing area is not the 6th tee box. It's actually the blue tee of number 5, the par 3 prior hole. So it's a uphill golf shot from the tee. Basically, it's uphill all the way to the green. It measures 495 yards, and to reach the beginning of the fairway, it's a 260-yard carry.
Dwayne, not only distance on hole 6, but overall for the golf course, what do you think is going to challenge the pros the most this year?
Well, there's a number of things, I think, but to top that list has got to be the rough this year. Last year you knew the scores, 19 under, some great playing, and these guys are going to shoot great scores regardless of how we set up the golf course. But last year we kind of had a dry spell leading up to the tournament. This year it hasn't been the case. We fertilized our rough and it is very healthy. So I think mostly that's going to be the most difficult challenge for the players.
Witness the birdies, bogeys, and perhaps some eagles from July 3rd through the 9th at Peak & Peak Resort in the LECOM Health Challenge. Tickets start at $10. Kids are free. Go to LECOMHealthChallenge.com. We have a lot more coming up for you here on the LECOM Health Challenge Pro Golf Preview Show. When we come back, we'll meet the folks from LECOM, find about their passion and commitment to the community, and why they're involved in bringing pro golf back to Western New York.
Our tournaments happen, and they happen when we have great partners. And LECOM is one of our top partners on the Web.com tour. They do so much for their community through their LECOM Scholarship Foundation. And in sponsoring this event, our main goal is to give money back to the local community every year. And we did that last year, and we plan to grow that number year over year. And that's all made possible thanks to LECOM.
And a great shot into 16 by C.T. Pan, one of the participants in the four-man playoff last year. Joining me now is Tom Wedzik, one of the trustees of Lake Erie College of Osteopathic Medicine. Tom, great to have you here.
Kevin, thanks for having me.
Great tournament last year, too, that four-man playoff. Tell me what that was like to experience in person.
Well, here's the thing. You root for it. You root for good weather, number one, and then you say, can you give us a good finish? And wow. I mean, I think it was a four-man playoff. Okay, and we had the gentleman from Rochester named Dominic right in the hunt. So locally, everyone's like rooting for him, and then all of a sudden, this lefty comes in and chips one in, and it's like, what was that? Fabulous ending. Fabulous ending.
Yeah, couldn't ask for a better finish.
No.
In year number one. Some folks watching may not be familiar with LECOM. Can you tell us just about what LECOM is, the Lake Erie College of Osteopathic Medicine?
Yeah, the LECOM Health is the large umbrella, and part of that is the college, of course. And LECOM was founded in 1992, and it doesn't seem to me to be 25 years ago, but it was. And in that 25 years, it has grown to be the largest medical school in the nation, enrollment-wise and applicants, etc. So we've got quite a story there. Part of the LECOM story is also the Health and Wellness Center that we erected here a few years back, the finest facility you'll find in tri-state area, a senior living center. LECOM is all about promoting health and wellness. So the marriage with the Web.com tour, I guess if you ever looked at some of these golfers today about fitness and wellness, that kind of said, you know what, I think we want to join up and team up with this group.
There's also the opportunities with the community, and LECOM partnering with the Web.com tour and Peak & Peak, all the opportunities that you have to help out the local community. Talk about the tie-in there with the charities and just the area, the economic impact also with the area.
Sure. I mean, you look at us putting on an event of this nature, and it's world class. I mean, these are not minor leaguers playing a golf game. These are major leaguers, all successful in their own right. But the end result is how much you're giving back. And we are giving back, hundreds of thousands of dollars from this event. The LECOM Scholarship Fund is one of them. Mikey's Way is another. Jamestown Community College is another. And the First Tee of Western New York, among others. And so really it's what you're able to give back. Okay, the patronage, the support, the ticket sales, etc., the sponsorships, all that goes to that bottom line that says we're giving a lot back also to charities locally.
You talked about the tie-in with health and wellness and with golfers. How tough was it to convince you, say, we need a leader in this? Can LECOM step up and be the title sponsor of the event?
It wasn't difficult at all. We met as a board, and he said, look, here's an opportunity, and here's an opportunity also to tell our story that we've been talking about regionally for quite some time, to talk about it internationally. I mean, when you talk about Web.com and the tie-in with the Golf Channel, this is viewed by millions of people. So we were able to tell the LECOM story about health, wellness, and what it means to a long life. Our senior living center is evident too. I mean, if you're going to lead a long life these days, you need to be fit and well. And so that's what it was all about. So we said, why not? Let's give it a go.
Well, Tom, I know there's also some other events LECOM's putting on during the week, including Par for the Course on Thursday.
Yeah, Par for the Course. And you think, well, what's Par for the Course? Par for the Course is going to be an event that's being put on by our sports medicine group. And it's really to talk about what you ought to be doing before you hit balls and before you want to go out and play. Maybe the 10 minutes should be spent doing some exercises and the like, rather than just going out and hitting balls. So, you know, that's going to be something new for this year, and it's all for the amateur golfers. Come on Thursday morning. They're doing that at 10 a.m. So that's one of them. Okay, and then on Saturday we're going to be doing blood pressure screenings, and we're going to give out pedometers and so on. So, you know, again, healthy, wellness, let's go.
All right, Tom, thanks so much for your time, and thanks for bringing pro golf back to Western New York.
Kevin, thanks for having us.
The LECOM Health Challenge Web.com Tour Tournament will be coming to Western New York at Peak and Peak Resort from July 6th through the 9th. But remember, there'll be plenty of events for the public to take part in leading up to the tournament. To find out more and to purchase tickets, head to their website, which is LECOMHealthChallenge.com. Up next, we're going to meet a very special young golfer who will play a big role at the LECOM Health Challenge. Stay with us. We're back on the LECOM Health Challenge Pro Golf Preview Show on the first tee box, where the opening tee shot will be hit by very special young men. You see, the Web.com Tour raises a lot of money for local charities and organizations. Mikey's Way will be one of those organizations this year. They do a lot of great work in local hospitals for some kids facing some very difficult circumstances. We're going to meet one of those kids who gets to hit that opening tee shot this year.
My favorite thing to do was either hit shots with the driver or putt.
For 9-year-old Hank Bartholomew, none of that seemed possible 2 years ago. At age 7, he received this diagnosis.
They told me I had Wilms tumor, which is a type of cancer you get in your kidneys. And so you get a tumor basically on your kidney, which is a bunch of cancer cells formed together to create sort of a giant cancer cell, I guess.
It's every parent's nightmare, and you hear about it happening to other people, and all of a sudden it happened to us, and it was a shock. You know, he told you about it, but he was playing soccer that day and had a pain in his stomach, and a few hours later we had a doctor telling us that, you know, he had a tumor almost the size of his head.
So one of my mom's and dad's friends, he works at East High School. They have a 3D printer there, and so he was able to use some of my scans to make a model of what my tumor actually looked like inside my stomach. And if you compare it,
it was that size?
Yes.
After the initial shock and surgery, chemotherapy and radiation awaited.
Well, I had 33 weeks of chemotherapy, but I also had about 30 blood draws. Luckily, though, it isn't as bad as it sounds. Then I also had 2 weeks of radiation.
That's a lot of time in hospitals, away from family, friends, and being connected to the world. That's where Mikey's Way Foundation came in, and his special bond with Les Friedman.
Once you meet Henry, you don't forget Henry. Henry is, like I said before, you know, you're looking for the 30-year-old behind him who's really talking, because he's extremely articulate. And just, there aren't many, if any, that I've ever met that are as expressive and intelligent as Henry.
Well, the chemotherapy was pretty boring, especially there was a part of the days where I would stay in the hospital for the entire day and for an entire week, and so those days were always the most boring. But then I remember, I think it was the first day of one of those cycles, and I see a guy coming in pushing a cart, and then my first thought was it food?
No, it wasn't food. It was an iPod Touch. Mikey's Way Foundation strives to create connection and diversion to help children through the emotional and physical hardship of long-term treatments. They do it through technology.
As we get deeper and deeper into this, we're learning the relationship between medicine and technology. Doctors of old are recognizing that these things like the tablets, the iPads, the virtual reality goggles, they can have such a positively strong effect on kids.
Last in the Mikey's Way, people roll that cart through and you have no idea it's coming. We didn't even know about it, but we happened to be there that day, and once Hank found out about what was coming, the gift was amazing for that day. He rode that high for a while, and then the device was something that he just used a lot. It was something that was just really therapeutic for him. So it's a wonderful thing that Mikey's Way does for the kids who are going through that.
Following treatment, Hank wanted to return to sports. His doctors gave him the green light to play golf.
Yeah, because golf isn't a very physical, demanding sport. I already had played golf for a bit, but I think I started playing golf even more. Like, I know some people think, well, it's kind of boring, but I don't know, it's exciting to hit a good shot or something.
It looks great. I'm so happy for him. He looks fantastic, this is what it's all about. This is what everybody, the doctors, the nurses, what they work for.
It's going to be a special week for Hank and his family and for all the charities that benefit from the 2017 LECOM Health Challenge. When we come back, we'll find out how you can take part. There's pro-ams you can play in. Be a spectator. It's going to be a great week down here at Peek & Peak from July 3rd through the 9th. We'll find out more when we come back.
It was a big week for me. It secured my PGA card. I lost in the playoff. I wish I could have got it done, but it was really nice. I had some nice crowds out there, and the course is first class. It's a great test, and should be another good week this year.
And Rochester's Don Bazzelli, you'll see a lot of him on the PGA Tour. 3 top 10s this year. He secured his card for next year. Speaking of first class, I have a first class foursome with you right now. Kevin Sandvidge, the executive director of the LECOM Health Challenge, Peter Krogh from Krogh Corporation, and Dan Renenga from Lakeshore Savings Bank. Great to have you gentlemen here in studio. Kevin, I'll start with you. What a great year you had last year, the 4-man playoff, and those players graduating to the PGA Tour.
Yeah, Kevin, first, thanks for having us here today. We're really excited. We're getting so close to year number 2. The successes that we had in the first year, we have not had professional golf in this part of Western New York in many years, and it really, really exciting to be back there. Weather was great. 4-man playoff. We're have more this year going on as far as outside the ropes versus inside the ropes. We're going to have a junior pro-am. We're going to have the regular pro-am. We're going to have the military and first responders day. We're going to have the World War II veterans, which was a huge hit last year on number 18 tending the pin. So we're looking forward to another great year.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that people need to know about is it's not just about the golf. There's so many other activities and ways for them to participate in the golf.
Absolutely. The first is the pro-ams. If you have a child between the ages of 8 and 18, the junior pro-am is going to be a 9-hole tournament with the pros played on the upper course. Wednesday is the pro-am also, which is a great opportunity for people to participate.
Yeah, I want to talk to Peter and Dan about the pro-am. Peter, I'll start with you. Playing in the pro-am, that's where you get paired with one of the Web.com Tour professionals and get to be amazed at how well they hit the golf ball.
You're absolutely correct. Being involved, I was involved with the LPGA down at Corning for many years, and being involved with these guys is just incredible. The way they hit the ball, the way they conduct themselves. It's just an honor to be able to be a part of it.
Yeah, and Dan, I know that's something that is great for business, to entertain clients, to bring them out and experience the day with the professionals.
Most certainly is, and we had a wonderful time at the Pro-Am last year. We played with Seamus Power, and Seamus was qualifying for the Olympics representing Ireland at the time, and it was quite a unique experience to walk the course with Seamus and get some tips from Seamus on correcting the swing occasionally and interacting with a true pro. So we just had a wonderful time.
You know, Peter, for businesses, is it a great opportunity to bring clients out to entertain them in a different setting, perhaps?
Yes, it is. You know, we do work all across the southern tier and even into Rochester. And to not only ourselves, but all the people that work with us, our subcontractors, to promote this in Western New York is really great. And I think it's a great thing, and it has to be promoted as much as we can to bring more people to it.
Yeah, and Dan, Lakeshore Savings Bank, very big in the community. This is another way to give back to the community, being a corporate partner of the LECOM Health.
And very much so. It's all about putting people first. It's how we can contribute to our community, what we can give back, how we can support our community, and how we can support our customers. So this year we're excited to be supporting the VIP tent at the tour, and for anybody that happens to have one of these, you can certainly join in on the fun. Just present this and come in and have a hot dog. Of course, you can buy a ticket as well. But very wonderful time for celebrating Western New York and giving back to our community.
And Kevin, the Pro-Am, there are some spots open for that. There's great value not only playing with the Pro, but you get a lot of other good things.
Oh, you absolutely do. On Monday there is a draw party to see who you're playing with, which there's a lot of excitement around that. There's gifts from Callaway. It's a total package of about $2,000 that you get back for the foursome. Night stay at Peak and Peak. It's just a great opportunity.
Yeah, there's a lot of great things to go with it. A great day of golf, and we're better to play golf than Peak and Peak on the Upper Resort with a professional.
Absolutely gorgeous, yes.
All right, well, gentlemen, we have to do that, by the way. We have to get this
right.
Absolutely.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Golf course. So I'm with you, Dan.
All right.
Thanks for coming in, guys.
All right, thank you, Kevin.
Thank you.
Great to have you here. Tickets for the LECOM Health Challenge start at just $10. Kids 18 and under are free, as are all military veterans and first responders. You can find out all the information on LECOM Health Challenge's website, which is lecomhealthchallenge.com. The tournament runs from July 6th through the 9th, but events like the Junior Pro-Am and the regular Pro-Am will take place on July 3rd and 5th, and all the information is on the website. We hope you enjoyed the LECOM Health Challenge Pro Golf Preview Show. And more importantly, we hope you get out to enjoy the Web.com tour at beautiful Peak and Peak Resort in just a few short weeks. If it's anything like last year's tournament, it's going to be something special. We hope to see you there.